And now, Act 2 of a Mario Hamilton on LexiCon. Let's get the conversation started. 17, 17, 17.
1789. How does the bastard, orphan, immigrant, decorated with vet, unite the colonies through more debt, fight the other founding father till he has to forfeit? Have it all, lose it all, you ready for more yet? Treasury Secretary Washington the President. Every American experienced such a precedent, not so fast someone came along to resist it. Pissed him off until he had a two-party system. You haven't met him yet, you haven't had the chance, cause he's been kicking ass as the ambassador to France. But son's gotta keep the American promise. You simply must meet Thomas.
Thomas Jefferson's coming home. 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 Lord, he's been off in Paris for so long. France is following us to revolution. There is no more status quo, but the sun comes up and the world still spins. I helped Lafayette drop the Declaration. Then I said, I gotta go. I gotta be in Monticello now that the work at home begins. So what did I miss? What did I miss? Virginia, my home sweet home, I wanna give you a kiss. I've been to Paris meeting lots of different ladies. I guess I basically missed the late 80s. I traveled the wide, wide world and came home to this. Ooh. There's a letter on my desk from the president. Haven't even put my bag down yet. Sally be a lamb Donna, won't you open it? It says the president's assembling a cabinet and that I am to be the Secretary of State. Great, and that I'm already Senate approved. I just got home and now I'm headed up to New Donk. We got the roll of fields. I can't believe that we are free. Ready to face whatever's waiting for me in NYC. Or D. But who's waiting for me when I step in the place? My friend James Madison, red in the face. He grabs my arm and I respond, what's going on? Thomas, we're engaged in a battle for our nation's very soul. Can you get us out of the mess we're in? Hamilton's new financial plan is nothing less than government control. I've been fighting for the South alone. Where have you been? France? We have to win. What did I miss? What did I miss? Head first into a political abyss. I'm a first cat in the meeting today. I guess I better think of something to say. I'm already on my way. Let's get to the bottom of this.
What did I miss?
Mr. Jefferson, welcome home. Mr. Jefferson, Mario Hamilton. Mr. Jefferson, welcome home. Mr. Jefferson, welcome home. Sir, you've been off in Paris for so long.
Wow, what did I miss?
I love the dance he was doing that. I've seen him recording.
Yeah, I bet it's good. I can just picture it.
Yeah, I know the exact dance already.
Ladies and gentlemen, you could have been anywhere in the world tonight, but you're here with us in New Donk City. Are you ready for a cabinet meeting? The issue on the table, Secretary Hamilton's plan to assume state debt and establish a national bank. Secretary Jefferson, you have the floor, sir.
Wow, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. We fought for these ideals, we shouldn't settle for less. These are wise words, enterprising men quote them. Don't be surprised, you guys, cause I wrote them. But Hamilton forgets, his plan would have the government assume state debts. Now place your bets as to who that benefits. The very seat of government where Hamilton sits. Not a true. Ooh, if the shoe fits, so wear it. If New Donk's in debt, why should Virginia bear it? Our debts are paid, I'm afraid. Don't tax the South, we got it made in the shade. In Virginia, we plant seeds in the ground. We create, you just want to move our money around. This financial plan is an outrageous demand, and it's too many damn pages for any man to understand. Stand with me in the land of the free, and pray to God we never see Hamilton's candidacy. Look, when Britain taxed our tea, we got frisky. Imagine what's gonna happen when you try and tax our whiskey.
Thank you, Secretary Jefferson. Secretary Hamilton, your response. Thomas, that was a real nice declaration. Welcome to the present. We're running a real nation. Would you like to join us or stay mellow, doing whatever the hell it is you do in Monticello? If we assume the debts, the union gets a new line of credit, a financial diuretic. How do you not get it? If we're aggressive and competitive, the union gets a boost. You'd rather give us a sedative? A civics lesson from a slaver. Hey neighbor, your debts are paid because you don't pay for labor. We plant seeds in the South, we create. Yeah, keep ranting. We know who's really doing the planting. And another thing, Mr. Age of Enlightenment, don't lecture me about the war. You didn't fight in it. You think I'm frightened of you, man? We almost died in a trench while you were all for getting a high with the French. Thomas Jefferson, always hesitant with the president. Reticent, there isn't a plan that he doesn't jettison. Madison, you're as mad as a hatter, son. Take your medicine. Damn, you're in worse shape than the national debt is in. Sitting there useless as two shits. Hey, turn around, bend over. I'll show you where my shoe fits.
Excuse me, Jefferson, Madison, take a walk. Hamilton, take a walk. We'll reconvene after a brief recess. Hamilton.
Sir?
A word.
You don't have the votes. You don't have the votes.
Aha! Wow! Wow! You're gonna need congressional approval and you don't have the votes. Such a blunder sometimes it makes me wonder why I even bring the thunder.
Why he even brings the thunder? You want to pull yourself together.
I'm sorry, these are Virginians, are birds of a feather.
Young man, I'm from Virginia, so watch your mouth.
So we let a Congress get held hostage by the South?
You need the votes.
No, we need a bold stroke, so we need this plan.
No, you need to convince more folks.
Well, James and Madison won't talk to me, that's a non-starter.
Winning was easy, young man. Governing's harder.
They're being intransigent,
You have to find a compromise.
but they don't have a plan. They're just a hit man.
Convince them otherwise.
What happens if I don't get congressional approval?
I imagine they'll call for your removal.
Sir,
Figure it out, Mario. That's an order from your commander.
Sink, six, up, reef, nerf.
Good. Nerf.
Six, up, reef, nerf.
Serena.
Serena. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
to my dearest Angelica, tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow creeps in this a pretty pest from a day to day. I trust you'll understand the reference to another Scottish tragedy, without my having to name the play. They think me Macbeth, ambition is in my folly. I'm a polymath, a pain in the ass, a massive of pain. Madison is Banku, Jefferson's a Macduff, and Benham Wood is a Congress on its way to Ducinane. And there you are, an ocean away. You have to live an ocean away. Thoughts of you subside, then I got another letter. I cannot put the notion away.
Take a break.
I'm on my way.
There's a little surprise before supper and I cannot wait.
I'll be there in just a minute. Save on my plate.
Alexander.
Okay.
Your son is 9 years old today. He has something he'd like to say. He's been practicing all day. Philip, take it away.
Daddy, look! My name is Philip. I'm a poet. I wrote this poem just to show it. And I just turned 9. You can write rhymes, but you can't write mine.
What?
I practiced French and played piano with my mother.
Uh-huh.
I have a sister, but I want a little brother.
Okay.
My daddy's trying to start America's Bank. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Bravo.
Take a break.
Hey, our kids are pretty great.
Run away with us for the summer. Let's go upstate.
Hey, Liza, I've got so much on my plate.
We can all go stay with my father. There's a lake I know. In a nearby park.
I'd love to go.
You and I can go when the night gets dark.
How will I try to get away?
My dear Mario, you must get through to Jefferson. Sit down with him and compromise. Don't stop till you agree. Your favorite older sister, Angelica, reminds you there's someone in your corner all the way across the sea. In a letter I received from you 2 weeks ago, I noticed the comma in the middle of a phrase. It changed the meaning. Did you intend this? One stroke and you've consumed my waking days. It
My
says,
dearest.
My dearest Angelica. With a comma after dearest, you've written My dearest Angelica.
Angelica.
Anyway, this All this to say, I'm coming home this summer at my sister's invitation. I'll be there with your family if you'll make your way upstate. I know you're very busy, I know your work's important, but I'm crossing the ocean and I just can't wait.
You won't be an ocean away. You'll only be a moment away.
Alexander, come downstairs. Angelica's arriving today. Angelica, Eliza,
Oh, the Schuyler sisters.
Alexander,
Hi.
it's good to see your face. Angelica, tell this man John Adams spends the summer with his family.
Angelica, tell my wife that John Adams doesn't have a real job anyway.
You're not joining us, right?
I'm afraid I cannot join you upstate.
Alexandra came all this way. She came all this way, all this way. Take a break.
You know I have to get my plan through Congress.
Run away with us for the summer. Let's go upstate.
I'll lose my job if we don't get this plan through Congress.
We can all go stay with our father. Fuck. There's a lake I
Miss your
know
face.
in a nearby
Screw your courage to the sticking flames.
You and I can
Eliza's
go.
right. Take a break.
Take a break and get away.
Run away with us for the summer.
Let's go upstate where we can stay.
We can all go stay with our father if you take your time.
Look around,
You'll
look
make your
around.
mark.
How lucky we are to
Close
be
your
alive
eyes
right
and
now.
dream.
We can go
When the
when the
night gets dark.
Take a break.
I have to get my plan through Congress. I can't stop till I get to this plan through Congress.
I wasn't expecting that.
Right there. Oh, yeah. There's nothing like summer in the city. Summer on the streets, stress mat.
Meet someone looking pretty.
Meet someone looking pretty. There's trouble in the air and you can smile. And Mars by himself. I'll let him tell her.
I hadn't slept in a week. I was awake. You've never seen a bastard orphan more in need of a break. Longing for Angelica, missing my wife. That's when Miss Mariah Reynolds walked into my life. She said,
I know you're a man of honor. I'm so sorry to bother you, but you don't know where to go. I came here all alone.
she said,
My husband's torn me wrong, paid me, chained me, betrayed me. Sundays have been gone. I don't have the means to go on.
so I offered her a loan. I offered to walk her home. She said,
You two guys, sure.
I gave her a $30 that I had socked away. She lived a block away. She said,
This one's mine, sure.
Then I said, well, I should have headed back home. She turned red. She led me to her bed. She let her legs spread and said,
Stay.
hey. That's when I began to pray. Lord, show me how to say no to this. I don't know how to say no to this. But my God, she looks so helpless and her body saying, hell yes. No, show me how to say no to this. I don't know how to say no to this. And in my mind, I'm trying to go.
Go.
Then her mouth is on her mind, and I don't say
No. Say no to this. No. Say no to this. No. Say no to this. No. Say no to this.
I wish I could have said that was the last time. I said it the last time. It became a pastime. A month into this endeavor, I received a letter from a Mr. James Reynolds. Even better, it said,
Dear sir, I hope this letter finds you in good health and in a prosperous enough position to put wealth in the pockets of people like me down on their luck. You see, that was my wife who you decided to fuck. Uh-oh, you made the wrong sucker a cuckold, so time to pay the piper for the pants that you unbuckled. And hey, you can keep seeing my whore wife. If the price is right, I'm not telling your wife.
I hid the letter, and I raced to her place, screamed, how could you, in her face? She said,
No, sir.
half-dressed, apologetic, a mess. She looked pathetic as she cried.
Please don't go, sir.
So was your whole story a setup?
I don't know about
So
it.
stop her crying, goddammit, and get up.
I didn't know anything.
I am a ruined. I am a helpless.
Please don't leave
How
me
could I
with
do
them
this?
hopeless. Just give me my once and you can have
I don't want you.
Whatever you want.
I don't want you.
If you
I don't.
pay, You can stay.
Lord, show me how to say no to this.
Tonight.
I don't know how to say no to this. 'Cause the situations are helpless.
Helpless.
And her bodies are screaming, hell yes.
Whoa.
No, show me how to say no to this. How can I say no to this? There is a nowhere I can go when her body's on her mind. I
Go,
do
go,
not
go.
say
No, no.
yes,
Yes.
Say no to this. No.
yes,
Yes.
Say
Yes.
no to this. No.
yes.
Say no to this. No, no. Say no to this.
Say no to this. I don't say no to this. There is a nowhere I can go.
Go, go, go.
So,
Nobody needs to know.
it's beautiful.
Alright, bro, whenever you're ready, I'll follow you.
Okay. Ah, Mr. Secretary.
Mr. Robert,
Sir.
Did you hear the news about good old General Mercer?
I know.
You know Claremont Street?
Yeah,
They named after him. The Mercer's legacy is secure.
sure.
And all he had to do is die.
That's a lot less work.
We ought to give it a try.
Ah.
Now, how are you gonna get your debt plan through?
I guess I'm gonna finally have to listen to you.
Really?
Talk a less, a smile a more. Do whatever it takes to get my plan on the Congress floor.
Now, Madison and Jefferson are merciless.
Well, hate the sinner, love the sinner.
Hamilton.
I'm sorry, Ver. I've gotta go.
But
Decisions are happening over dinner.
two Virginians and an immigrant walk into a room.
Diametrically
opposed foes.
They emerge with a compromise, having opened doors that were
Previously closed, bros.
The immigrant emerges with unprecedented financial power, a system he can shape however he wants. The Virginians emerge with the nation's capital, and has the pistol resistance. No one else is in the room where it happened, the room that happened, the room where... Wait, what's fun?
Room where it happened.
The room where it happened,
The room where it happens.
No one really knows that the game is played, the art of the trade,
How
how
the sausage gets made.
We just assume that it happens, but no one else is in the room where it happens.
Thomas
Thomas
Clinton.
Clinton.
Alexander was on Washington's doorstep one day in distress and disarray.
Thomas Clinton.
Mario said,
Having nowhere else to turn.
and basically begged me to join the fray.
Thomas Clinton.
I approached Madison and said, I know you hate him, but let's hear what he has to say.
Thomas Clinton.
Well, I arranged the meeting, I arranged the menu, the venue, the seating.
But no one else is in the room where it happened, the room where it happened, the room where it happened. No one else is in the room where it happened, the room where it happened, the room where it happened. No one knows how the boys get to yes. The peace dying, sacrificing every game of chess. We just assume that happens, but no one else is in the room where it happens.
Meanwhile,
Madison's grappling with the fact that not every issue can be settled by committee.
meanwhile,
Congress is fine over where to put the capital. It isn't free. The Jefferson approaches with dinner and invite, and Madison responds with a Virginian inside.
Maybe we can solve one problem with another and win a victory for the Southerners. In other words, oh, a quid pro quo, I suppose. Wouldn't you like to work a little closer to home? Actually, I would. Well, I propose a Potomac. And you'll provide him his votes? Well, we'll see how it goes. Let's go.
No!
What else is in the room where it happened? Room where it happened, the room where it happened. No one else is in the room where it happened, the room where it happened, the room where it happened.
My God!
In
God we trust, but we'll never really know what God discussed. Boom, where it happened. No one else was in the room where it happened.
Mario Hamilton.
What did they say to you to get you to sell new donks say down the road?
Mario Hamilton.
Did Washington know about the deal? Was there presidential pressure to deliver?
Mario Hamilton.
Or did you know even that it doesn't matter where you put the U.S. Capitol?
Because it will have the banks. We're in the same spot.
You got more than you get.
And I wanted what I got. When you got skin in the game, you stay in the game, but you don't get a win unless you play in the game. You get love for it, you get hate for it, you get nothing if you wait for it, wait for it. Gotta help and forgive me. I want to build something that's gonna outlive me.
What do you want, Burr? What do you want, Burr? If you stand for nothing, what do you want for?
What do you want?
I wanna be in the room where it happens, the room where it happens. I wanna be in the room where it happens, the room where it happens. I wanna be in the room where it happens, the room where it happens, the room where it happens.
I wanna be
In the room where it happens,
The room where it happens, the room where it happens.
I wanna be in the room
where it happens, the room where it happens, the room where it happens.
I wanna be
in the
I wanna
room
be
where it happens.
I've got to be
Where it happens,
I got to
the
be
room where it happens.
in that room. We go.
The art of the compromise.
Hold your nose and close your eyes.
We want our leaders to save the day.
But don't get a cent what they take
We
away.
dream of a brand new start.
But we dream in the dark for the most part.
Dark as a tomb where it happens.
I've
The
gotta
room
be.
where it happens.
I've
The
gotta
room.
be.
The room where it happens.
I've gotta be.
The room where it happens.
I've gotta be in the
The room where it happens. The room where it
I gotta
happens.
be in. I gotta be.
I wanna be in the room where it happens.
Click.
Click boom.
Boom.
We did it. We did it.
Ah, Grandpa's in the paper. War hero Philip Schuyler loses Senate seat to young upstart Aaron Burr. Grandpa just lost his seat in the Senate.
Sometimes that's how it goes.
Daddy's gonna find out any minute.
I'm sure he already knows.
Further down, further down. Let's meet the newest senator from Newtown.
Noodle.
Our senator.
Abba. Since when are you a Democratic or Republican?
Since being one put me on the up and up again.
No one knows who you are or what you do.
They don't need to know me. They don't like you.
Excuse me?
Oh, Wall Street thinks you're great. You'll always be adored by the things you create.
Wait.
Upstate. People think that you're crook. And the sky was up for grabs, so I took it.
I've always considered you a friend.
I don't see why that has to end.
You changed the party to run against my father-in-law.
I changed parties to see the opportunity I saw. I swear, your pride will be the death of us all. Beware God's people ready fall.
The issue on the table. France is on the verge of war with England. Do we provide aid and troops to our French allies, or do we stay out of it? Remember, my decision on this matter is not subject to congressional approval. The only person you have to convince is me. Secretary Jefferson, you have the floor, sir.
Wow, when we were on death's door, when we were needy, we made a promise, we signed a treaty. We needed money and guns and half a chance. Who provided those funds? France. In return, they didn't ask for land, only a promise that we'd lend a hand and stand with them if they fought against oppressors. And revolution is messy, but now is the time to stand. Stand with our brothers as they fight against tyranny. I know that Alexander Hamilton is here and he would rather not have this debate. I'll remind you that he is not Secretary of State. He knows nothing of loyalty, smells like new money, dresses like fake royalty. Desperate to rise above his station. Everything he does betrays the ideals of our nation. Ooh. And if you don't know, now you know, Mr. President.
Thank you, Secretary Jefferson. Secretary Hamilton, your response. You must be out of your goddamn mind if you think the president is going to bring the nation to the brink of meddling in the middle of a military mess, a game of chess where France is queen and king unless we signed a treaty with a king whose head is now in a basket. Would you like to take it out in an asket? Should we honor our treaty King Louis's head? Do whatever you want. I'm a super dead. Enough, Hamilton is right.
Mr. President!
We're too fragile to start another fight.
But sir, we do not fight for freedom? Do we not fight for freedom? I'm so verklempt at what you said, I'm messing up my words.
Sure, when the French figure out who's gonna lead them.
The people are leading.
The people are rioting. There's a difference. Frankly, it's a little disquieting that you would let your ideals blind you to reality. Hamilton, sir, draft a statement of neutrality.
Did you forget why, Luigi?
What?
Have you an ounce of regret? You accumulate debt, you accumulate power, yet in their hour of need, you forget.
Oh, well, Luigi's a smart man. He'll be fine. And before he was your friend, he was a mine. If we try to fight in every revolution in the world, we never stop. Where do we draw the line?
So quick-witted.
Alas, I admit it.
I bet you were quite a lawyer.
My defendants got acquitted.
Yeah, well, wow. Well, someone ought to remind you.
Oh, what?
You're nothing without Washington behind you.
Hamilton.
Daddy's calling.
Great line.
I should have said without Rob behind you. Because I'm fixing to sing it here.
It must be nice. It must be nice. To have Rob on your side, it must be nice. It must be nice to have Rob the robot on your side.
Every action has its equal opposite reaction. Thanks to Hamilton, our cabinet's fractured into fractions. Try not to crack under the stress, we're breaking down like fractions. We smack each other in the press, and we don't print retractions. I get no satisfaction witnessing his fits of passion. The way he primps and preens and dresses like the pits of fashion. Our poorer citizens, our farmers live ration to ration, as Wall Street robs them blind in search of chips to cash in. This prick is asking for someone to bring him to task. Somebody give me some dirt on this vacuous mass so we can at last unmask him. I pulled the trigger on him. Someone load the gun and cock it. While we were all watching, he got Rob in his pocket. It must be nice. It must be nice to have Rob the robot on your side. It must be nice. It must be nice to have Rob the robot on your side. Look back at the Bill of Rights, which I wrote.
The
ink hasn't dried. It must be nice. It must be nice to have Washington on your side. So he's double the size of the government. Wasn't the trouble with much our previous government size.
Look in his eyes.
See how he lies. Follow the scent of his enterprise. Centralize national credit and making American credit competitive. If we don't stop, we will later abet it. I have to resign. Somebody has to stand up for the South.
Somebody had his hand in his mouth.
If there's a fire you're trying to douse, you can't put it out from inside of the house. I'm in the cabinet and I am complicit in it. Watching him grabbing at power and kiss it. If Rob ain't gonna listen to disciplined dissidents, this is the difference. This kid is out. Oh, the immigrant isn't somebody we chose. Oh, this immigrant keeping us on our toes. Oh, let's show these Federalists who they're up against. Oh, Southern motherfucking Democratic Republicans. Oh, let's follow the money and see where it goes. Oh. Because every second the treasury grows. Oh, if we follow the money and see where it leads, get in the weeds, look for the seeds of Hamilton's misdeeds. It must be nice. It must be nice. Follow the money and see where it goes. It must be nice. It must be. The emperor has no clothes. We won't be invisible. We won't be denied. Still, it must be nice. It must be nice to have Washington on your side. Yep, should have been Rob the robot.
Yeah, I'm so confused. Really, then Rob the robot.
It was supposed to be Rob the robot. That's how I've been rehearsing it. Y'all don't want to redo that, do you?
Nope.
Nah, it sounded fine.
Too much.
Have fun, Rob.
Oh, Mr. President, you asked to see me.
I know you're busy.
What do you need, sir? Sir.
I want to give you a word of warning.
Sir, I don't know what you heard, but whatever it is, Jefferson started it.
Thomas Jefferson resigned this morning.
You're kidding.
I need a favor.
Whatever you say, sir, Jefferson will pay for his behavior.
Shh. Talk less.
How to use the press. I'll write under a pseudonym. You'll see what I can do to him.
I need you to draft an address.
Yes, he resigned. You can finally speak your mind.
No, he's stepping down so he can run for president.
Ha! Good luck defeating you, sir.
I'm stepping down. I'm not running for president.
I'm sorry, what?
One last time, relax, have a drink with me. One last time, let's take a break tonight, and then we'll teach them how to say goodbye, you and I.
No, sir. Why?
I want to talk about neutrality.
Sir, with Britain and France on the verge of war, is this the best time?
I want to warn against partisan fighting.
Oh, but
Pick up a pen, start writing. I want to talk about what I have learned, the hard-won wisdom I have earned.
as far as the people are concerned, you have to serve. You could have continued to serve.
No, one last time. The people will hear from me one last time. And if we get this right, we're gonna teach them how to say goodbye, you and I.
Oh, Mr. President, they will say you're weak.
No, they will see we're strong.
Your position is so unique.
So I'll use it to move them along.
Oh, why do you have to say goodbye?
If I say goodbye, the nation learns to move on. It outlives me when I'm gone. Like the scripture says, everyone shall sit under their own vine and fig tree, and no one shall make them afraid. They'll be safe in the nation we've made. I want to sit under my own vine and fig tree, a moment alone in the shade, at home in this nation we've made, one last time.
Oh, one last time.
Fuck me.
Though, in reviewing the incidents of my administration, I am unconscious of intentional error. I am nevertheless too sensible of my defects not to think it probable that I may have committed many errors. I shall also carry with me the hope that my country will view them with an indulgence, and that after 45 years of my dedicated to the services with an upright zeal, the faults of incompetent abilities will be consigned to oblivion, as I myself must soon be. Many mentions of arrest. I anticipate with pleasing expectation that I retreat which I promised myself to realize the sweet enjoyment of partaking in the midst of my fellow citizens, the benign influence of good laws under a free government are ever object of my heart, and the happy reward, as I trust, of our mutual cares and labors and dangers one last time.
George Washington's going home.
Teach him how to say goodbye.
George Washington's going home. George Washington's going home. George Washington's going home. George Washington's going home.
Teach
them how to say goodbye.
Teach them how to say goodbye.
Say goodbye.
Say
goodbye. Say goodbye.
Say goodbye.
One last time.
One last time. No, I was just curious about that.
Okay. Whew. Oh, okay. I'm just gonna sit back for this one.
Pardon me.
I am boss, so.
King Koopa enters.
They say, rob the robot shielding his power and stepping away. Is that true? I wasn't aware that was something a person could do. I'm perplexed. Are they gonna keep on replacing whoever's in charge? If so, who's next? There's nobody else in their country who looms quite as large. What? John Adams? I know him. That can't be. That's the little guy who spoke to me all those years ago. What was it? 85? That poor man, they're gonna eat him alive. Oceans rise, empires fall. Next to Rob, they all look small. All alone, watch them run. They'll tear each other into pieces. Jesus Christ, this will be fun. Da 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 da. Da 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 ya da 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 da. President John Adams. Good luck.
Am I in this one?
Yep. Bum ba bum bum.
How does Hamilton, the short-tempered protein creator of the Coast Guard, founder of the New York Post, ardently abuse his cabinet post, destroy his reputation, welcome folks to
The Adams administration.
Jefferson's the runner-up, makes him the vice president.
Washington can't help you now, no more Mr. Nice President.
Adam fires Hamilton privately as him to kill better than his taunt.
Say what?
Hamilton publishes his response.
Sit down, John, you fat mother.
Hamilton is out of control.
This is great. He's out of power. He holds no office, and he just destroyed President John Adams, the only other significant member of his party. Hamilton's a host unto himself. As long as he can hold a pen, he's a threat. Let's let him know what we know.
I didn't know how to cut lyrics.
Well, I chose not to do them, I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, no, that's fine. I've never flipped through this much.
Mr. Vice President, Mr. Madison, Senator Burr, what is this?
We have the check stubs from separate accounts. Almost $1,000 paid in different amounts.
To Mr. James Mildred back in 1791.
Isn't that what you have? Are you done?
You are uniquely situated by virtue of your position. Though virtue is not a word I'd apply to this situation. To seek financial gain to stray from your sacred mission. And the evidence suggests you've engaged in speculation.
An immigrant embezzling our government bonds.
I can almost see the headline. Your career is done.
I hope you save some money for your daughter and sons.
You best go and run back where you come from.
Ha! You don't even know what you're asking me to confess.
Confess.
You haven't nothing. I don't have to tell you anything at all. Unless... If I can prove that I never broke the law, do you promise not to tell another soul of what you saw?
No one else was in the room where it happened.
Is that a yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Dear sir, I hope this letter finds you in good health. And probably enough position to put wealth in the pockets of people like me. Down the luck. You see, it was my wife who you decided to...
Wah!
She courted me, escorted me to bed, and when she had me in a corner, that's when James Reynolds extorted me. For a sordid fee, I paid him quarterly. I may have mortally wounded my prospects, but my papers are orderly. As you can see, I kept a record of every check in my checkered history. Check it against your list and see consistency. I never spent a cent that wasn't of mine. You said the dogs after my scent, that's a fine. Yes, I have a reason for shame, but I have not committed treason, and I sullied my good name. As you can see, I have done nothing to provoke legal action. All my answers to your satisfaction.
My God! Gentlemen, let's go.
So,
The people won't know what we know.
Hubba, how do I know you want to use this against me the next time we go toe-to-toe?
Alexander, rumors only grow, and we both know what we know. I mean, Mario, who's Alexander?
Oh, fuck, do I have to sing?
You're complaining, you want to
Pretty sure
be
you just-
Eliza during...
Pretty sure you just spit on the book.
I definitely spit, I don't know that.
First, I spit
You
on
want
the
to be like
fucking-
Eliza during Burn? Like, I
Alright.
remembered I have to...
You want to be like fucking Rob and Mario singing the exact same words at the exact same time?
Luckily not.
How many times have I had to do like 4 voices at once?
Luckily not my character sing at the same time.
Alright, here we go.
In the eye of a hurricane there is quiet for just a moment. A yellow sky. When I was a 17, a hurricane that destroyed my town. I didn't drown. I could not seem to die. I rode my way out, wrote everything down as far as I could see. I rode my way out. I looked up and the town had its eyes on me. They passed and played around, total strangers, moved to kindness about my story. Raised enough for me to book a passage on a ship that was a new dog bound. I rode my way out of hell. I rode my way to revolution. I was louder than the crack in the bell. I wrote Eliza love letters until she fell. I wrote about the Constitution and defended it well. And in the face of ignorance and resistance, I wrote financial systems into existence. And when my prayers to God were met with indifference, I picked up a pen and I wrote my own deliverance. In the eye of a hurricane there is a quiet for just a moment, a yellow sky. I was a 12 when my mother died. She was a holding me. We were sick and she was a holding me. I couldn't seem to die.
Oh, wait for it, wait for it, wait
I'll
for
ride my way out.
it. Wait for it, wait for it,
Way
wait
down
for
as
it.
far as I can see. I'll ride my way out. Overwhelmed with honesty.
Wait.
This is the eye of the hurricane. This is the only way I can protect my legacy.
Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it, wait.
The Reynolds a pamphlet.
We can move on. How's the line in that? I did not know that.
The Reynolds pamphlet.
Have you read this? Alexander Hamilton had a torrid affair and he wrote it right down there. Highlights. Fuck me. The charge against me is the one with the James and Reynolds. For the purpose of improper speculation, and my real crime is amorous connection with his wife.
Right.
For a considerable time, he is known with his knowing and consent. Damn!
Oh.
I had my frequent meetings with her, most of them in my own house.
At his own house.
At his own house. Mrs. Hamilton, with our children being absent, this is a visit to her father. No.
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 Have you read
Have
this?
you read this?
Well, he's never gonna be president now.
Never gonna be president.
He's never gonna be president now. Never gonna be president. He's never gonna be president now.
Never gonna be president.
That's one less thing to worry about.
That's one less thing to worry about.
I came as soon as I heard.
What?
Angelica,
All the way from London?
Damn.
Angelica, thank God, someone who understands what I'm struggling here to do.
I'm not here for you.
Ooh.
I know my sister like I know my own mind. You will never find anyone as trusting or as kind. I love my sister more than anything in this life. I will choose her happiness over mine every time. Put what we had aside, I'm standing at her side. You could never be satisfied. God, I hope you're satisfied.
Well, he's never gonna be president now.
Never gonna be president.
Never gonna be president now.
Never gonna be president now.
Well, he's never gonna be president
Never
now.
gonna be president now.
That's one less thing to worry
That's
about.
one less thing to worry about. What?
Hey!
Hey,
At least I was honest with our money.
honestly with our money.
Well, he's never gonna be president
No,
now.
he's never gonna be president.
Well, he's
now.
never gonna be
At least it was honest.
Honest with our money. One more thing to worry about.
That's one less thing to worry about.
That's one less thing to worry about.
about
The Reynolds
pamphlet.
Have you read this? Did you ever see somebody ruin their own life?
His poor wife. Born. Get ready to burn.
Yeah, shut up. I can't even sing along to this song. But I'm singing along to Hamilton.
I don't know the song.
It's the first one I ever heard. I saved every letter you wrote me. From the moment I read them, I knew you were mine. You said you were mine. I thought you were mine. Do you know what Angelica said when we saw your first letter arrive? She said, be careful with that one, love. He'll do what it takes to survive. You and your words flooded my senses. Your sentences left me defenseless. You built me palaces out of paragraphs. You built cathedrals. I'm rereading the letters you wrote me. I'm searching and scanning for answers in every line, for some kind of sign. And when you were mine, the world seemed to burn, burn. I can't do that part. I don't know the rhythm of that part. You published the letters she wrote you. You told the whole world how you brought this girl into our bed. In clearing your name, you have ruined our lives. Do you know what Angelica said when she read what you done? She said, you have married an Icarus. He has flown too close to the sun. You and your words obsessed with your legacy. Your sentence is brutal and senseless. And you are paranoid in every paragraph. How they perceive you. I'm erasing myself from the narrative. Let future historians wonder how Eliza reacted when you broke her heart. You have torn it all apart. I'm watching it burn, watching it burn. The world has no right to my heart. The world has no place in our bed. They don't get to know what I said. I'm burning the memories, burning the letters that might have redeemed you. You forfeit all rights to my heart. You forfeit the place in our bed. You sleep in your office instead, with only the memories of when you were mine. I hope that you burn.
Meet the latest graduate of Plumbers College. I probably shouldn't brag, but I got amazed and astonished. Just gotta say, I got all the same virtuosity and brains as my pops. The ladies say my brain's not where the resemblance stops. I'm only 19, but my mind is older. Gotta be my own man like my father, but bolder. I shoulder his legacy with pride. I used to hear him say that someday I would
Blow us all away.
Ladies, I'm looking for a Mr. George Eaker. Made a speech last week, our 4th of July speaker. He disparaged my father's legacy in front of a crowd. I can't have that. I'm making my father proud. I saw him up on Broadway a couple of blocks. He was going to see a play. Well, I'll go visit his box. God, you're a fox. And y'all look pretty good in your frocks. How about when I get back, we all strip down to our socks?
Okay. Blow, blow, blow. Blow us all away.
George! Shh! George! Shh! I'm trying to watch the show. You should have watched your mouth before you talked about my father, though. I didn't say anything that wasn't true. Your father's a scoundrel, and so it seems to you.
Ooh.
It's like that? Yeah, I don't fool around. I'm not your little schoolboy friends. See you on the dueling ground, that is, unless you want to step outside and go now. I know where to find you. Piss off, I'm watching the show now. Pops, if you had only heard the shit he said about you, I doubt you would have let it slide. And I was not about to. Slow it down. I came to ask for your advice. This is my very first duel. They don't exactly cover the subject in boarding school.
Did your friends attempt to negotiate a peace?
He refused to apologize. We had to let the peace talk cease.
Where was this happening?
Across the river in Jersey.
Everything is illegal in New Jersey. All right, so this is what you're gonna do. Stand there like a man until Iker is in front of you. When the time comes, fire your weapon in the air. This will put an end to the whole affair.
But what if he decides to shoot? Then I'm a goner.
No, he'll follow suit if he's truly a man of honor. To take someone's life, that is something you can't shake. Philip, your mother can't take another heartbreak.
Father!
Promise me, you don't want this young man's blood on your conscience.
Okay, I promise.
Come back home when you're done. Take my guns. Be smart. Make me a proud son.
My name is Philip. I'm a poet. And I'm a little nervous, but I can't show it. I'm sorry, I'm a Hamilton with pride. You talk about my father, I cannot let it slide. Mr. Iker, how was the rest of your show? I'd rather skip the pleasantries. Let's go. Grab your pistol. Confer with your men. This duel will commence after we count to 10.
Count to 10.
Look him in the eye. Aim no higher. Summon all the courage you require. Then slowly and clearly aim your guns toward the sky.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Stay alive.
Oh, where's my son?
Alive.
Mr. Hamilton, come in. They brought him in a half an hour ago. He lost a lot of blood on the way over.
Stay alive.
Is he alive?
Yes, but you have to understand the bullet entered just above his hip and lodged in his right arm.
Can I see him, please?
I'm doing everything I can, but the wound was already infected when he arrived.
Oh, Philip.
Ah! I did exactly what you said, Pa. I held my head up high.
I know. Shh. I know.
High!
Shh. I know you did everything just right.
Even before we got to 10.
Shh.
I was aiming for the sky.
I know. Shh. I know.
I was aiming for the sky.
Save your strength and stay alive.
Stay alive.
No.
Eliza.
Is he breathing? Is he going to survive this? Who did this? Alexander, did you know?
Mom, I'm so sorry for forgetting what you taught me.
My son,
We played piano.
I taught you piano.
You would put your hands on mine.
You change the melody every time.
I would always change the line.
I know.
I would always change the line.
I know. Und du trackst
And to track
enough.
6, 6, 7, enough.
Good. Und du trackst
And to track.
enough. Enough.
And then he died.
The moments that the words don't reach, there's suffering too terrible to name. You hold your child as tight as you can and push away the unimaginable. The moment when you're in so deep feels easier to just swim down. The Hamiltons move uptown and learn to live with the unimaginable.
I spend the hours in the garden. I walk alone to the store. And it's so quiet uptown. I never liked the quiet before. I take the children to church on a Sunday. I sign the cross at the door and I pray that it never used to happen before.
If
I see him in the street walking by himself,
talking to himself, have pity.
Philip, you wouldn't like it uptown. It's a quiet uptown. He's working through the unimaginable. His hair's gone gray, he passes every day. They say he walks the length of the city. You're knocking me out, I fall apart. Can you imagine? Look at where we are, look at where we started. I know I don't deserve you, Eliza, but hear me out, that would be enough. If I could have spared his life, if I could have traded his life for mine, he'd be standing right here, and you would have smiled, and that would be enough. I don't pretend to know the challenges that we're facing. I know there's no replacing what we've lost in unity time, but I'm not afraid. I know who I married, just to let me stay here by your side. That would be enough. If you see him in the street, walking by your side, talking by your side, have pity. Eliza, do you like it uptown? It's a quiet uptown. He's trying to do the unimaginable. Like us singing together. See them walking in the park, long after dark, taking in the sights of the city. Who's that talking?
Myself.
Look around, Eliza. They are trying to do the unimaginable.
The moments that the words don't reach, there's a grace too powerful to name. We push away what we can never understand. We push away the unimaginable. They are standing in the garden, Alexander by Eliza's side. She takes his hand. Wow, I suck tonight. It's quiet uptown.
Forgiveness, can you imagine? Forgiveness, can you imagine? If you see him in the street, walking by her side, talking by her side, have pity. They're going through the unimaginable.
I kind of forgot how that song went.
I go to. Alright.
The election of 1800.
Can we get back to politics? Please. Yo, every reaction has an equal opposite reaction. John Adams shit the bed. I love the guy, but he's in traction. Poor Mario Hamilton. Is he missing in action? So now I'm facing Aaron Burr with his own faction. He's very attractive in the North. New Yorkers like his chances, so do New Donkers. He's very not forthcoming on any particular stances. Ask him a question, it glances off, he obfuscates, he dances. And they say I'm a francophile. At least they know I know where France is. Thomas, that's the problem, see? They see Burr is a less extreme you. Ha! You need to change course, a key endorsement might redeem you. Who do you have in mind? Don't laugh. Who is it? You used to work on the same staff. Wah! It might be nice to get Mario on your side. It might be nice to get Mario on your side.
Talk less. Burr! Smile more. Burr! Don't let them know what you're against or what you're for. Burr! Shake hands with them.
Burr!
Charm her.
Burr!
It's 1800 days. Tell me your husbands. Vote for Burr. I don't like Adams.
Well, he's gonna lose. That's just defeatist. And Jefferson. Rah, 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 rah. Yeah, he's so elitist.
I like that.
I can't believe we're here with him.
He seems approachable.
Like you could grab a beer with him.
Dear Mr. Hamilton, your fellow Federalists would like to know how you'll be voting. Oh, it's a quiet uptown. Dear Mr. Hamilton, John Adams doesn't stand a chance. So who are you promoting? It's a quiet uptown.
Jefferson or Burr. We know it's lose-lose. Jefferson or Burr. But if you had to choose. Jefferson or Burr.
Jefferson or Burr.
John Adams!
We know
Doesn't stand a chance!
Jefferson or Burr.
But if you had to choose.
But you had to choose.
Well, if it isn't a Luigi or Burr, sir.
Alexander.
You've created quite a stir, sir.
I'm going door to door.
You're openly campaigning?
Sure.
That's a new.
Honestly, it's kind of draining.
Weege,
Sir,
is there anything you wouldn't do?
no, I'm chasing what I want. And you know what?
For what?
I learned that from you.
If you had to choose, if you had to choose,
It's a tie.
if you had to choose, if you had to choose,
It's up to the delegates.
if you had to choose, if you had to choose,
It's up to Hamilton,
If you had to
choose, if you had to
Jefferson, or
choose,
Burr.
if you had to
Jefferson or Burr.
Choose.
Hey y'all!
Oh,
The people are asking you to hear my voice. For the
oh,
countries are facing a difficult choice.
oh,
And if you were to ask me who I to promote,
oh,
Jefferson has my vote.
Oh.
I have never agreed with Jefferson once.
Oh.
oh,
We have fought on like 75 different fronts.
oh,
But when all is said and all is done, Jefferson has beliefs. Luigi has none.
Well, I'll be damned. Well, I'll be damned. Hamilton's on your side. Well,
I'll
I'll be.
be damned.
Well, I'll be
damned.
And you won in a landslide.
Congrats on the race well won. I did give you a fight.
Uh-huh.
I look forward to our partnership.
Our partnership?
As your vice president.
Ha! Yeah, right. You hear this guy? Man openly campaigns against me talking about I look forward to our partnership. It's crazy that the guy who comes in second becomes vice president. Yeah, you know what? We can change that. You know why? Why? Because I'm the president. Weege, when you see Mario, thank him for the endorsement.
I almost became Sonic there.
How does Hamilton, an arrogant immigrant orphan bastard, her son, somehow endorse Thomas Jefferson, his enemy, a man he's despised since the beginning, just to keep me from winning? I want to be in the room where it happens. The room where it happens. The room where it happens. You kept me from the room where it happens for the last time. Dear Alexander, I'm slow to anger, but I towed the line as I reckon with the effects of your life on mine. I look back on where I failed, and in every place I checked, the only common thread has been your disrespect. Now you call me a moral, a dangerous disgrace. If you got something to say, name a time and place, face to face. I have the honor to be your obedient servant, a doctor. The fuck?
Hello, Dr. Burr.
Yeah.
Mr. Vice President, I am not the reason no one trusts you. No one believes what you believe. I will not equivocate on my opinion. I have always worn it on my sleeve. Even if I said what you think I said, you would need to cite a more specific grievance. Here's my itemized list of 30 years of disagreements.
Sweet Jesus.
Hey, I haven't not been shy, like Shy Guy. I am just a guy in the public eye, trying to do my best for our republic. I don't want to fight, but I want to apologize for doing what's right. I have the honor to be your obedient servant, Emma Ham.
Careful how you proceed, good man. Intemperate indeed, good man. Answer for the accusations I lay at your feet to prepare to bleed, good man.
But your grievances are legitimate. I stand by what I said, every bit of it. You stand only for yourself. It's what you do. I can't apologize because it's the truth.
Then stand, Alexander. We Hawkin, dawn, guns drawn.
You're on. I have the honor to be your obedient servant, Emma Ham.
A. Burr.
Or L.
Or
Mario, come back to sleep.
I have an early meeting out of town.
It's still dark outside.
I know, I just need to write something down.
Why do you write like you're running out of time?
Shh.
Come back to bed. That would be enough.
I'll be back before you know I'm gone.
Come back to sleep.
It's the meetings at the dawn.
Well, I'm going back to sleep.
Hey, best of wives and the best of women.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are 10 things you need to know.
Number one.
We rode across Hudson at dawn. My friend William P. Van Ness signed on as my
Number two.
Hamilton arrived with his crew. Nathaniel Penders and a doctor that he knew.
Number three.
I watched Hamilton examine the terrain. I wish I could tell you what was happening in his brain. This man has poisoned my political pursuits.
Most disputes die and no one shoots. Number four.
Hamilton drew first position, look into the world like a man on a mission. This is a soldier with a marksman ability. The doctor turned around so he could have deniability.
5.
Now I didn't know this at the time, but we were near
In the same spot when the sun had died.
Is that why? 6. Examine his gun with such rigor. I watched as he methodically fiddled with the trigger.
7.
Confession time, here's what I got. My fellow soldiers tell you I'm a terrible shot.
Number 8.
Your last chance to negotiate. Send in your second, see if they're gonna set the record straight.
They won't teach you this in your classes, but look it up. Hamilton was wearing his glasses. Why, if not to take deadly aim? It's him and me, the world will never be the same. I had only one thought before the slaughter. I will not let this man not make an oven of my daughter.
Number 9.
Look at him in the eye, aim no higher. Summon all the courage you require, then count.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Number 10. This is
Fire! I imagine it so much it feels more like a memory. Is this a word that gets to me? On my feet, several feet ahead of me. I see it coming. Do I run or find my gun and let it be? There is no beat, no melody. Burr, my first friend, my enemy. May be the last face I ever see. If I throw away my shot, is this how you remember me? What if this bullet is my legacy? Legacy, what is a legacy? It's a planting seeds in a garden you never get to see. I wrote some notes at the beginning of a song, someone will sing it for me. America, you great unfinished symphony, you sent for me. You let me make a difference, a place where even orphan immigrants can leave their fingerprints and rise up. I'm running out of time, I'm running and my time's up. Wise up, eyes up, I catch a glimpse of the other side. Lawrence leads the soldiers' chorus on the other side. My son is on the other side, he's with my mother on the other side. I robbed the robot is watching her from the other side. Teach me how to say goodbye. Rise up, rise up, rise up. Eliza, oh my love, take your time. I'll see you on the other side. Raise a glass to freedom.
He aims his pistol at the sky. Wait! I strike him right between his ribs. I walk towards him, but I am ushered away. He rolled back across the Hudson. I get a drink. I hear wailing in the streets. Somebody tells me, you better hide. They say, Angelica and Eliza were both outside when he died. Death doesn't discriminate between the sinners and the saints. It takes and it takes and it takes. History obliterates, and every picture it paints. It paints me and all my mistakes. When Alexander aimed at the sky, he may have been the first one to die, but I'm the one who paid for it. I survived, but I paid for it. Now I'm the villain in your history. I was too young and blind to see. I should have known. I should have known. The world was wide enough for both Hamilton and me. The world was wide enough for both Hamilton and me.
I have no idea how that song went, so I just kind of rolled with it.
Yeah, fun song. I think.
Let me tell you what I wish I'd known when I was young and dreamed of glory. You have no control. Who lives, who dies, who tells your story?
President Jefferson.
I'll give him this. His financial system is a work of genius. I couldn't undo it if I tried. And I tried.
Who lives, who dies, who tells your story?
President Madison.
He took our country from bankruptcy to prosperity. I hate to admit it, but he doesn't get enough credit for all the credit he gave us.
Who lives, who dies, who tells your story?
Every other founding father story gets told. Every other founding father gets to grow old.
And when you're gone, who remembers your name? Who keeps your flame? Who tells your story? Who tells your story?
Eliza, I put myself back in the narrative. Eliza, I stopped wasting time on tears. I live another 50 years. It's not enough. Eliza, I interview every soldier who fought by your side.
She tells her story.
I try to make sense of your thousands of pages of writings. You really do write like you're running out of time. I rely on Angelica while she's alive. We tell your story. She's buried in Trinity Church near you. When I needed her most, she was right on time. And I'm still not through. I ask myself, what would you do if you had more time? The Lord in His kindness, He gives me what you already
tells my story.
I speak out against slavery. You could have done so much more if you only had time. And when my time is up, have I done enough? Will they tell your story? Oh, can I show you what I'm proudest of?
The orphanage.
I established the first private orphanage in New Dawn City.
The orphanage.
I helped raise hundreds of children. I get to see them growing up.
The orphanage.
In the eyes I see you, Mario. I see every time. And when my time is up, have I done enough? Will they tell my story? Oh, I can't wait to see you again. It's only a matter of time. Will they tell your story?
Time.
Who lives, who dies, who tells your story?
Time.
Will they tell your story?
Time.
Who lives, who dies,
Who tells your story? Oh, thank you for listening to this edition of LexiCon featuring the second half of Mario Hamilton. Please come back next week when the conversation will continue. But until then, I'm M, and will continue to be a Maddie.
Lexi.
I do it.
And this is Alexi, a kind included.
Bye.
Ah!